It's the end of 2019. All the memories I'd ever made making videos were in that room. And then, in a sudden turn of events, I moved, and I had to make new ones in a completely new space. Now, halfway through 2021, I kinda wish I could've just let my 2014 me take over for like a year and a half, because then I'd be uploading video games every day. Then I could've managed this pandemic. It took me that amount of time to get to the end of Mother 3 anyway, thanks to never researching fight techniques, and then screaming because something went wrong. But it was something I got to work towards. Better days. But sadly, we won't see that Ryan again until Cuphead's delicious last course releases. Then you'll get your homemade Ryan rage. But some people on the internet are already raging, and it's not even released yet. These are the very entitled, very selfish ones who cannot stop themselves from commenting, okay, but DLC when? See, they like to disregard every MDHR post that isn't the DLC, because when it does release, they'll get to play the game like everyone else, so until then, they think they control real fans because it won't matter after, and they'll just get away with being shitty, unaware that they really don't, because they're just letting everyone who reads it know what kind of person you are, and how sad it is. I mean, they can continue crying about it on every MDHR post until it releases, or they can learn to have some common human decency, even though no one really cares what they do otherwise. But at least they won't be called out for dumb shit like this. Most of them probably haven't even beaten the original game, so they desperately need a DLC to distract them from how shit they are. At least I'm aware when I'm terrible at video games, which is most of the time. But you guys stay, because you know someday, eventually, after all of these years, that I'll get better. And I got some playthroughs up my sleeve, which, compared to the length of my sleeve, the playthrough will last an unknown amount of time because both units of measurement mean nothing to each other and cannot be calculated. But I'm getting back into gaming, especially the Dave Microwave community that I miss being involved in. That 2-minute scare compilation is not the end of Do Me in the Roomie. Within these couple of years, I kind of fell out of video games, and I've always been a casual gamer, but I did what I thought would show everyone what I was made of. I used to be good at recording really any random indie game, and the energy and the editing that I had made it enjoyable for someone that might not have initially. Which I think is why I'm such a nostalgic boy. There's a lot of memories that are years old now that were some of the best times in my life, and I just want to continue them. And they're especially comforting during a pandemic because it's been more difficult to. These few years have been like those TikToks where it's gaming back then versus gaming now. I used to have gaming sessions that lasted until the sun came up at 6 in the morning, but now it's like hanging out in Discord for even an hour is rare. But with everyone getting their doses, and I got mine a couple days ago, the end of all this seems closer than ever before. We get to go to movie theaters again. For me, it'll be multiple days in a row, like at Chapter 2 and Joker, and soon to be Space Jam 2. Possible villains include Pennywise and the Joker, and many others for unknown reasons, such as Harry Potter, Scooby-Doo, and Clockwork Orange characters. I've been reading up on this. Real-life LeBron James and CGI Looney Tunes, which look scary, but I'll roll with it, are forced into a basketball tournament against multiple randomly generated combinations of Warner Brothers properties you never thought would ever meet and have nothing to do with each other to defeat, or else they die or something. My imagination's just bouncing up and down right now. But if Pennywise is the manifestation of your fears, and the Looney Tunes end up fearing him, then he'll be disqualified, because there'll be 5 Pennywises. So that's how they'll get rid of the clown. Whatever goes down, I hope whenever Harry Potter is on screen in the middle of the game, someone in the theater yells, "Get your wand out, Harry!" I'll be at the theater for like an entire week, so it's bound to happen. And also, for the next week or two, I'll be confronting something I was scared to go near because of knowing nothing about it, because last night I finally played a game of Among Us with my friend Aiden, who suggested it and then forced me to because he gifted it to me, and I couldn't have been more scared. I had to be dragged to electrical, communications, storage, while worrying about everyone that got near me. I didn't record my first moments, but at the end of the final game, I was following Aiden, and we stopped so we could both do our jobs. I was quicker with mine, and as I was waiting at the exit door, and I was waiting for him to come out so we could drag me somewhere else. And as soon as he did, he was in the middle of saying like, okay, like what's next? And then I murdered him. And he was like, you motherfucker. So I'll be in the mood to record some Among Us if any of you watching want to hang out. I'm a little late to the party, but it was just before everybody lost interest, right? Right? And that's the end of Marcus. I know only one of you got that. It's also the end of this video. My next video will most likely be my new playthrough, which I think many of you will be pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised and I haven't even played it yet, but I'm excited to get into it. But until then, if you enjoyed, share with a friend, and I hope to see you in the next one. So, bye for now, see you soon.